Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. Granulation Medium. This is one brand who makes it, Winsor Newton. That is like a 30-year-old jar of it, and that is a very recent jar. And in here, this is a spray bottle. I've put one bottle of granulation medium, and if you can see that on the side, it's an incredibly small amount that you pay like $30+. I'm in Australia, of course. I've also got these granulating paints that are in pan form from Gansai Tambi, so I'm going to do some experimenting with them, see how they behave. And then I've got two other brands, so that's Gansai Tambi, this is Daniel Smith, this is Schmincke, Moonglow and Glacier Turquoise, both supposed to be super granulating. Actually, the Moonglow is superb. I've used it many times and it always granulates, but I haven't had permanent success with this Glacier Turquoise. So perhaps it's what I was doing with it. Let's see. I've got a nice piece of cold press. I know that granulation medium works better on rough because there's more little divots for the paint, like pieces, paint pigments, paint flecks, mediums, little tiny ground up pebble things. Anyway, they sit in all the little recesses. This is Ash cold press, and it's quite a really lovely surface. It'll be perfect for experimenting, and it'll be something I can then keep and refer to because I want to work out more about granulation. So I hope you do too, and we can do this together. This is just a brush because I'm going to later stick it straight into the granulation medium. And I've laid tape down. I hope you can see the grid that I've put down with masking tape. And the reason why I'm taking a second with a bone folder I'm taking a minute to really get the tape, it's just cheap masking tape, really get the tape to contact with the paper. I really get huge satisfaction when I pull the tape off at the end. According to this box, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is apply water to activate it. Get a few bits of water in all of them. My trusty quill, you can see how well used it is. Great shape, size, brand, all of that. It's really cool. Okay, Cosmic Red. This is Gansai Tambi Cosmic Red. Let's put you in this magnificent corner. The corner is not magnificent. I don't know why I carried on. It doesn't matter. Already you can see it's quite beautiful in the way it applies. There's a bit of granulation occurring, and remembering that this is cold press paper, then that's pretty damn cool. I always have 2 jars of water, dirty water, clean water. I'm going to go to this next beautiful colour here called Cosmic Olive. Actually, no, I think I'll skip to this colour here whose name I've painted over. Cosmic Green. Cosmic Green. Or Vert Cosmique. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Oh, I'm a bit in love with turquoisey colours at the moment. Okay, Gansai Tambi. They paint like an absolute dream. If you've ever had any of their other pans, they activate beautifully. Well, there's a bit of granulation going on, definitely. But I'm just going to leave them perfectly like that and paint each one. Then there's a blue and a violet. I think I'll do both, because I'll be wondering later how this one paints. Oh, I'm making a mess. That is the disadvantage in pans, that you can mess up the colour next to it. It's a beautiful blue. It's called Cosmic Blue, but I think that's indigo. they must be allowed to just name any colours anything they like. I have such a huge desire to splat water at them because I want to see way more texture than I'm seeing there. So the blue's doing a little more texture than the others. Do some purple. So I'm still with the Gansai Tambi, and then I'm going to move on to Moonglow, which is a guaranteed granulation. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, right down here is my Moonglow. So it has Moonglow, Daniel Smith, and it's a granulating colour. So it lives permanently on my palette, and so I'm squeezing out some fresh paint there, even though there was a lovely blob of it in there. I've just wet my brush, and this is how I prepare all paint. It's really hard for you to see in the corner, but I'm just mixing it in, massaging it around so there's no lumps on my brush. I had very little water on my brush. It would be interesting also to do a whole series of swatches just on Moonglow. Sort of like a purpley grey. Great colour. Oh my gosh, the things you can do with more Moonglow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I'll leave that there, and I'm going to put the tube there so I remember. Moonglow's on the left, and dirty water, clean water for the next colour, which is also a super granulating colour by Schmincke, and it's called Glacier Turquoise. Oh, it's gone hard. Nah, this one is Glacier Green. That was Glacier Turquoise. And I haven't written anything down. Haha. Oh, jeez. Just get my trusty tool to open. And I'm going to put it in there. I can see if there's a little bit of separation that's gone on, because I'm going to put it in this. I'm doing it one-handed. Because I'm going to put it there, I'm going to clean out the previous colour. I think I was actually colour mixing there because I was doing a painting over a long period of time, so I wanted to keep. This is one of the many reasons I like this palette. I keep extra spots, and there are these extra spots for keeping a bit of colour. So there may be a bit of, yes, there comes the gum arabic first, so I'll just give it a big squeeze. But I find it just doesn't make that much difference that it's separated out, and there it is coming out the top. A little bit of clean water to make this beautiful paint hopefully sit and granulate. Oh, definitely more water here. Bit more paint. Okay, whoa. Oh, the blue is doing quite beautiful things. Hey, as they're drying, they're starting to reveal what they can do. That's really, really beautiful. Okay, dirty water, clean water, and this will now allow us to start experimenting with the granulation medium. So I've got this, as I mentioned, it's a 30, I think I mentioned. I do these video recordings over and over sometimes, so sometimes I might say as I mentioned, but in fact that was version 1, 2, and all 3 ago. So there it comes, surprisingly or not surprisingly, with very little instructions except for maximum effect dilute with medium alone. Yeah, so it's saying don't use much water. So I'm just going to use this pipette to add the colour. I'm going to paint some of this beautiful red. This is Bright Red by Sennelier Bright Red. It lives permanently on my palette. So just clean my brush again. These little wells on this Quilla palette are a brilliant size. I can keep super thick and super runny paint all within the one well, just by keeping a thick bit in the corner. It makes painting a little faster. Yeah, that's wet enough. Lovely. I touched that bit there. Get rid of that because I don't want that to interfere with my experiment here. These are mega cheap tissues, by the way. If you're wondering what type to buy, the super cheap ones aren't covered with a natural oil or aloe vera or anything that is for protecting the skin. The super cheap ones have none of that lovely stuff, and that's what you need. Okay, let's do some drips and drips. Ah, okay, beautiful. This one here, no, it's this one. Glacier green is just absolutely magic. That is so beautiful. I'm going to spray onto here, but I'm protecting this one because I don't want any of the colour to go over there because that will ruin that experiment. And I want to stop some of the spritz going on that one there as well. Okay. Oh, it worked nicely. It's one of those sprays that sprays for a few seconds. Okay, a lot came out, I've got to say. Well, that wasn't good. This one instantly did beautiful granulating things in this colour. So that's pretty cool. But perhaps there's just too much of a puddle and I need to let it dry. Oh, going back to this colour, that is absolutely awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. So definitely need to wait for them to dry.